We did it! We made it to 2021. Happy New Year, monsters, and thanks for tuning in to Murder News, the true crime cult for the latest breaking news, murdery memes, TV reviews, podcast recommendations, and all things spooky. It's a brand new year, and our biggest hope for 2021 is that it's not quite as awful as 2020. We're bringing in the new year true crime cult style with some champagne, true crime stories, and as always, the Murder News goats. I think they're a sign of good luck in the year to come. I'm television's Aurora Katie.
And I'm your online murder friend, Angelina. Cults are no fun alone, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell all of your true crime friends to join the commune at MurderMurder.news. This is the Week in True Crime. We're taking a rare break from true crime stories today to talk to you more about how to start your own true crime YouTube channel, or really any YouTube channel, in 2021. We're going to take you for a behind-the-scenes look at how we record and edit our videos each week so you too can launch your own channel in 2021.
For example, we sometimes get feedback in our comments about why we don't look at each other when we talk, or about how we're taking a risk being in the same room together. We actually started our channel during lockdown, and one of the things that was very important to us was safety. We knew we would have to record separately at our own homes, but we were worried that it might be boring to watch two people talking about true crime each week over Zoom. So we had to get creative with recording and editing our videos to make it look like we're actually in the same room.
In order to fake it, we actually both record separately at home in front of a green or blue screen. Let's take a look at how we each set up to record an episode. It takes me about an hour to get ready for the show each week. I give myself about 30 minutes for hair and makeup and 30 minutes to set up. My setup is in my living room, and in this little high-speed video, you can watch how I transform this room in my home into a set. I use a green screen so that Aurora can make it look like we're in the same room. This part really isn't necessary so long as you have a good neutral background to record against. I have my laptop set up so I can be on a Zoom call with Aurora while we record, so that we can react to each other's stories and include a bit of casual conversation in our videos. I have a few basic lights just to scare off all the shadows, and I record with my iPhone XR on a stand with a teleprompter app. The last step in my setup is strapping myself in, as I call it. I have a little lapel mic that I plug into my phone and clip onto myself, and then I have my earbuds so I can hear Aurora. I do my best to hide it all in my clothing, and then I definitely don't want to have to get up to pee while we're recording. I actually bought a whole set on Amazon that includes lights, the green screen, the stand, etc. I'll link to that in the comments below in case that comes in handy for you.
My setup has to be super mobile because when we're not in a pandemic, I move around a lot. My husband works on film sets, and keep an eye out for his latest show, Tribes of Europa, coming to Netflix in February because I make a little appearance. I try to keep my kit very light, and I actually have a backup kit for when I have to load up onto a plane and clip and tape things around the hotel room. I record my videos using my iPhone 11 Pro. I bought the Pro because the front-facing camera records in 4K. In a perfect world, I'd probably record using the camera on the back of the phone or maybe even a separate, nicer camera. But the way we report on weekly news stories, we found that it's really helpful to have a teleprompter to make sure we're getting all the details of the crimes correct. We wanted this portion of the show to feel like the real news, and having some notes about the crime while recording ourselves was a bit of a challenge. I found that the Prompt Smart Pro app works really well for this. The app uses voice sync to match up your speech pattern with the script. The only issue I have with the app is that you do have to use the front-facing camera to be able to see the text that you're reading, though there are more expensive setups that could be used involving a mirror, but I have no idea how all of that works. The rest of my setup is pretty simple. I use an inexpensive but solid ring light for my phone stand and light source. I also use whatever lights I have around the room to bounce light off the walls to add some softer fill light to hide my witchy wrinkles. I have a blue screen and a green screen depending on what I'm wearing. Remember that if you're wearing green, you'll actually kind of disappear, or the green that you're wearing will look desaturated and gray. I'm linking to my ring light, green screen, portable screens, and a stand in the details down below.
Once we finish recording, we now have to get all of our video footage and photos from our crimes into one place to be edited. We like using Google Drive to share all of our data because it's free and everyone has it. I upload my weekly video and photos related to my crime to Google Drive, and Aurora downloads them to edit our videos. Now, a note on using media in your videos. Because we cover recent news stories, we have a lot of wiggle room for using copyrighted images in our videos. The media is generally exempt from image copyrights because it's important to be able to get the news out quickly, and you don't always have time to ask permission to use photos. If you aren't covering recent stories, you cannot use copyrighted music or images for your videos. You can always use stock image sites like Pexels or Upsplash, or you can use public domain photos on Wiki Commons. For music, if you have any musician friends, try to see if you can work on a collaboration. Help promote your musician friends and the amazing work they do, if possible. For example, our theme song was created by the amazingly talented Louis Levesque, who happens to be my partner. You can also find royalty-free music in the YouTube audio library.
All right, so now we have our video, pictures, and music, so it's time to edit it all together. We use Premiere Pro for editing because we do some pretty complex stuff with our green screens. You may be thinking to yourself, I'm almost 40. I'm way too old to learn how to use new software. Totally agree. I'm not particularly tech savvy, and I have taught myself to use Premiere as a novice in about a couple of weeks and feel pretty comfortable using it in the past 9 months. I purchased a masterclass from Stack Skills, which got me up and running in just a few days. The class was on sale at the time for $35 when I took it, but it looks like right now it's about $200. So keep an eye out for discounts on that because they do roll around, especially with the new year. You can also look around for free classes on YouTube because pretty much every time I edit, I have some new thing pop up where a YouTube tutorial helps me learn that new skill. You can license Premiere for $20 a month, which is admittedly pretty expensive if you're just getting started. If you're not keying a green screen or using fancy intros and transitions, you can also definitely get started by using free software. iMovie is pretty solid for doing basic editing, and you could even use Blender on your computer or Adobe Premiere Rush on your phone. They're all free to use. I'm not really going to get into details about how we specifically edit our videos today, but if you have any specific questions, comment below and I'd be happy to make a follow-up video if you're all interested.
Once we have our video edited, we upload it to YouTube. Be sure to use a ton of tags related to our video and then promote it on social media. We always make some shorter edits of each of our videos to work as trailers for our social media followers to entice them to come watch the full video. When you're recording, keep in mind what format you'll need to post your videos on social media. For example, for YouTube, don't make the amateur mistake of recording your video in portrait mode, or it will look small and weird on YouTube and have these weird borders. Record in landscape mode for YouTube and Facebook, and portrait mode for Instagram stories and TikTok. We hope you've enjoyed this little behind-the-scenes look at how we record our videos. If you're thinking of starting your own channel and could use some more guidance, leave us a comment down below or send us a message on social media. We'd love to hear what you're up to. Thanks so much for tuning into This Week in True Crime with Murder Murder News. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up, and tell all of your true crime friends.
Help support Murder Murder News by signing up for our commune at murdermurder.news, and your $5 a month sponsorship helps us keep the true crime lights on. It helps us produce our weekly show and helps us support our amazing writers that keep you up to date with the latest breaking news every day on murdermurder.news. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. See you next week!